I was kind of hoping to have another video of the chicken coop build ready for you guys tonight. That's not happening because there's just too much going on, and I'm going to work, I'm coming home, I'm shooting, I'm working, shooting, editing, uploading, and I've reached the point to where I am no longer ahead of the game. So I thought I'd take the opportunity in this video to just share with you a little walk around. We're going to walk around, we're going to look at the farm, we're going to talk about some of the things that's going on and just get caught up. 2019 feels like a season of growth to me. I keep thinking about growth and what does that mean? Well, personally, I want to grow. I have grown and I look forward to growing more, and that is growing as a person, as a man, as a husband, as a father, and as a YouTuber, someone who can share my story. I also want to grow on the farm, like literally grow things. The garden is a wreck at the moment. I mean, really a wreck. But I have plans to get in there and clean that up and grow some food. And I would love to see certain things grow on the farm, like the flock of chickens that I'm designing that chicken coop for Mama Curb. She wants to raise silky chickens and she loves them and they're beautiful. So that's another thing of growth. I would like to see Luke's health improve and see him grow in strength and happiness, because one of our goals for Luke, as with all of our kids, is to see him happy. Luke is our special needs son. If you're not aware of that, he's on a feeding tube and he has certain challenges that make his life a little different than the rest of us. But if he can enjoy his life, then that makes us very happy as parents. So I want to see him grow. Let's walk past the horses. We can talk about some of the things going on there. This really is just going to be a free flow, a conversation, as I just want to get caught up. I just want to share things with you. I'm going to go under the electric wire, because if I open the gate, Teo likes to try to push out. And I'd rather not fight him. It's just a whole lot easier to go under this. Hey, Teo. Get the heart. That's what you get for being the horse of a little girl. A teenage girl. Isn't that right, Teo? Teo thinks it's time for food. But then again, Teo always thinks it's time for food. You have a beautiful winter coat, Teo. And Maggie's over here being patient. She has a heart too. I don't know if she's being patient or if she's irritated. Yeah, I think she's a little irritated with Teo at the moment. It's alright, girl. Yeah, a little nip. Come on. I'm just not going to get behind them. So the horse barn's working out nicely. The horses love it. They actually go into their assigned stalls all on their own. And the feed room is working out great. The only thing we have to be sure of is that we don't leave this door unlatched, because Teo at one point got his face down in one of those feed cans. We had to keep an eye on him for a little while, because a horse getting too much feed is a bad thing. That's a bad thing, Teo. So we're just going to walk around here. We're going to take a peek at the bees. I don't have a bee suit on, so we're not going to get into anything, but I'm just going to walk back there and show you what's going on. This area out here, we're still planning on building a, what do you call it? An arena. We're going to put a little fence around it, build that soil up a little bit, and make a place for my daughter to come in here and practice with the horses. She rides all around here, but the horses behave better, especially when we have friends that are on the horses that are doing horseback riding lessons. They can get in there and practice in a little bit more controlled environment. So we're going to walk past the compost pile here too and see what that's all. Oh, look, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So let me tell you, I mixed in a lot of pumpkins into the compost pile because it was a mess. And look at this. Baby pumpkins. Oh my goodness, they're all over the place. Check this out. it's pretty cool to see them growing. Now pumpkins don't do well generally here because of the vine borer, but I'm gonna let those go. I'm gonna see if, you know, maybe we get a couple pumpkins out of them, or at the very least, maybe the horses will come over and eat pumpkin vines and they'll get something out of it. I'm gonna stick my hands in here and see how well this compost is doing. I love making compost, and this pile is just a big, it's wood chips, horse manure, pumpkins, and all kinds of stuff all mixed in, and it's been sitting for a little while. So let's look in here and see how that soil, let me find out where I can set the camera down. All right, let's just get in here. Oh, look at that. Look how rich and black that is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, that's going to be a very nice amendment in the garden. I have the garden space that's up front in the orchard, and also, of course, my normal garden. I will also use that as an amendment whenever I plant trees. I have several trees to plant, so I'll be using that in there as well. The bee yard has some work that needs done. I need to build this gate. That's a project. There's an area of growth. I need to finish this project so that I can come in and out without ducking under those cables there, or straps. Don't see very many bees right now. Apparently my fence isn't doing a good job of keeping them in. Alright, let's just walk around. This space back here is just kind of open. It's fun with being back here with the horses. But we like to come back here, take walks. I got to come back and collect. I'm going to have to come back and collect a bunch of these rocks to use on the chicken coop. Yeah, the chicken coop around the exterior is going to have a bunch of rocks. You'll see that coming up. Alright, we'll probably jump ahead here because this part's a little boring. We'll jump ahead. I'll walk past my messy pile of stuff, and then we'll head up toward the orchard. There's lots of projects going on. You got to see my son working that excavator to dig this trench. Hey ducks. So he did a great job digging that trench, which is now full of water because it rained last night. The ducks are loving that. I think we have a new little canal heading up to the shed. And over here is the empty space where the barn was. An area for growth there, whether it's a new structure or just an open space, not sure yet. I'd like to build a shop, but that is dependent on money. This is the pile of resources from that teardown, which is now being used in the chicken coop and other projects as they come up. Once the chicken coop is finished, I'll find a better way to store all of that so it's not just laying out there. So we have an area right here that gets muddy when it rains, and the ducks go play there. So my thought is eventually another area for growth is that right over here I'm going to dig out a low spot, and I'm going to let that be a rain catch. It won't be a full-time pond, but it'll be a rain catch so that when the water comes in here, the ducks can play around and it can just soak into the landscape. Probably right above that, I'll do some sort of a planting berm, just a raised area on the downhill side. And we'll plant some trees, fruit bushes, blackberries, things like that in there. And then we're passing the chicken coop over here again. I've taken down several trees. There's Mama Curbs in the background. Can you see her? She's collecting rocks to put around that chicken coop. So a lot of people have asked, how's the butterfly garden? And all I can say is that some of it looks okay. I'm not sure what has lived really and what hasn't. We'll see in the spring, but I'll give you a little look here. There's a whole lot of clover. And then there's a few of the taller items. Behind the water dish there is the flame acanthus, if I said that right. And then a couple of the taller plants here and here. I don't remember the names right now. We do see a lot of bee and butterflies and insects buzzing around that area, so it must have something going for it. The trees that were removed in the excavator videos, 2 trees. One here, that's a mesquite, and the other one here, and that's the weesach. And so those need processed. That's another area for growth, getting that cleaned up. I need to process those, turn that into something that I can use for firewood, or it'd be nice if I could chip it all up and put it on the gardens, but I'm not sure if I'm going to rent a chipper that big. So we're going to go past up here. You can see it rained. This is the lowest spot on the property right here, and so there's water collected here from last night. Then we're going into the orchard, passing the grapevines. The grapevines here, right now they look dead. Hopefully just settled in for the winter, and then they will come back in the spring. I've said this before, but I really need to figure out the best way to prune those before they start growing again in the spring. I need to do that research. Then on this side, in this structure where I grow tomatoes and peppers primarily, it's a mess still too, but I want to show you something in here. This area in here, the soil is really nice, and it's growing a lot of this broadleaf. I'm not sure what it is. I should look the name up. But that right there, those leaves are really soft, not spiny at all. And the tortoises love these. So whenever I see these growing in an area, I'll just take them out 1 or 2 at a time and feed them to the tortoises. You can see all around in here, all these green spots right here, that's this plant. So in a way, I guess you could say I'm gardening and growing food for my tortoises. It's all over the place in the orchard too. All those plants right there, those bigger plants, that's all this. I really should figure out what that's called. If anyone knows exactly what that is, I'd love for you to put that in the comments. Most of the trees, the fruit trees, are dormant. Not most, they all are. They're all dormant. Some of them appear to have died. We'll see in the spring. We're going to make some changes here in the orchard in the springtime. I have several trees that I need to take out and replant. Oh, wow, look at this. The nectarine tree that I thought was dead, apparently, is not. It lost a lot of branches. The branches were dead, so I cut it way back. And so now it's just the main trunk. This tree is just the main trunk and that one branch, but it's got a lot of blossoms on it. Part of the problem with the blossoms, the way that that tree blossoms, is that it requires very few chill hours. So it comes out too early, and then we get some cold and those blossoms fall off. Hey, Jack's out. Jack is one of the tortoises. Since he's out, I will not give him this treat because he's getting his own treats. Hey, Jack. I'll see if Coco's out. Nope, Coco's not out. He is? Where's Coco? Oh, Coco's all the way out. Oh, he's over here. Sometimes we open the gate over here and Coco goes out. And he's enjoying the treat of grass as well. So I'll just throw this in here. Hey, Coco. The other turtles on the farm are the box turtles, and they are in the enclosure here. If you don't know about them, you can see that video of me creating this. So, hey, Mama Curbs, are the turtles out yet?
Nope, it's too soon. They're hibernating.
So they go in the ground and they stay there for months until it gets warm and they decide it's time to come out.
Kind of weird how that happens.
Yeah, so we look forward to seeing them come out at some point, and hopefully we'll notice that soon enough so you can see the holes they came out of. I don't know if we'll capture that on video, but that would be cool.
Hey, Daddy Curbs, it's time to start bedtime on the farm. We gotta put these
Bedtime.
animals to bed.
Putting the tortoises to bed. She's putting Jack in. We got to get Coco put in. He's over here. And then we're going to head back and take care of the horses. Take care of Luke. I'll get this video wrapped up and I'll see you guys in the morning. Thank you so much for joining my story here. I do truly believe that everyone has a story and every story counts. So I thank you for being a part of my story tonight and allowing me to be a part of yours. I'll talk to you soon.